for that time to go off, and then bam. Uh, Thank you
Yeah.
for joining me, and best of luck in the Invitational.
No, thank you. Thank you.
We are back for our first match of the semifinals. We've got Magikarp versus HeyYu. I'm Mark, aka aReNGee, in the booth with me. I've got the one, the only, the Sir Rhino. Rhino, what do you think we're going to be seeing here?
We're going to be seeing a lot of Argenport, but we've also got a little bit of Praxis here. Magikarp versus HeyYu is our first matchup of the semifinals. This is going to be an interesting one, I would say. Magikarp packing 4 torches and 3 purifies will really help with the early game. But it's all going to be about how draws line up against each other. I think traditionally Argenport has been favored in this matchup, but now that they've moved away from Runehammer, I don't know if that helps or hurts them overall here. It means they've got access to more flyers thanks to Inquisitor's Blade, but less answers overall in terms of managing the board state.
Yeah.
And that will be intriguing to see. Purify can actually silence Inquisitor's Blade, which is cool too. Don't know how much that'll crop up. But if Magikarp can get that turn 1 initiate, dodge the Vara's favor, and get ahead and start casting multiple spells per turn, leverage those Carnosaurs in Heart of the Vault at the top of the curve, it could work out well for him. It's just how often is that going to happen here, especially this Rip Knife Assassin angle. You know, we've been talking about how nice Crown Watch Paladin's been for the majority of this meta. The time side of the meta is where Rip Knife Assassin can really shine.
Yeah, the old Warcry Deadly situation not going to pan out well, especially when Magikarp's removal does rely on doing direct damage. Magikarp, though, to your point, is going to be able to play this Initiate of the Sands on 1. Looks like it's going to live, but it's not really ramping into anything.
Yeah, and while HeyYu has their 1 of Annihilate already in hand, but also light on power, hoping to find some more threats. And yeah, as you said, this Initiate not quite bringing in the cavalry here, just a Temple Scribe, although leaning up to Obelisk will be nice. But man, HeyYu with the perfect draw, Justice Sigil off the top, allows Unseen Commando to come down and start really bringing in some hard pressure. Magikarp sees a Shattered Glass Mage on top, could scout that to the bottom. It means they'd have to pass on playing something like Obelisk this turn and instead go with Raider. Or you just leave it on top.
Yeah, you could also Xenon Initiation if you really wanted to, just to go ahead and take out the Rip. Yeah.
No. I think they're going to try and set up Initiation maybe next
turn. Yeah.
Where you get to put it on Reliquary Raider and draw a card.
Oh, yeah, because you're still left with you're left with the 5 power, thanks to Magikarp having a ton of power still in hand.
Yeah, and we'll see. HeyYu could opt to not play out any threats here, but a 3/3 Rip Knife Assassin is hard to pass up on. So they do that, and I think we are going to see Reliquary Raider with Killer from Magikarp here to take out the Unseen Commando.
Yeah, and you're drawing a card there, and then you also have the potential of a double block for the Rip Knife Assassin. However, I think you can take 3 here pretty well, and without that Unseen Commando, the other Rip Knife will just be a 2/2 attacking. So that's a 1-for-1 trade.
Exactly. Yeah. Shutting off this commando shrinks both assassins, which is a big deal. And yeah, that's what we see. Some good old replacement value there.
Ooh, and Purify off the top.
Not too shabby. Valkyrie Enforcer, though, real strong here, getting those war cries. And that's what these Rip Knife Assassins, they have that ripple effect of building up the rest of your draws, making these torches and purifies much less effective going forward.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if we're going to... there's no way this... I was about to say, there's no way this Annihilate gets fired off here in order to just save the Rip Knife Assassin. Especially with the Enforcer going to be able to make that Reliquary Raider much less potent. Magikarp just drawing another power off the top. Not looking great here.
Yeah, so now it's a question of, do you kill the Assassin? Do you Shatter Glass Mage? I guess we're going to see a swing first, because you'd still prefer to kill the big flyer in this spot, the Assassin, even though the Deadly Body is super relevant, and so are the War Cries. Maybe that does matter more, but you're under pressure at 14 health. Doing what you can to take out the pressure, I think, is more important here.
Well, and there's 2 unaccounted for Warcry triggers that
And,
Magikarp doesn't know about here. So getting rid of another one, is that actually going to do it? I don't.
So that long pause was looking at a behemoth, and they decided to keep it on top and simply silence this enforcer and try and sit back and hold out.
Yeah, like, hey, why you not hitting any power, but they really haven't needed it yet because
Nope.
they have the power to cast Slay, they have the power to cast Annihilate. Their Warcry triggers have just been hitting units and they've been making them quite big. This is a 5/5 Valkyrie enforcer that Magikarp's gonna have to deal with.
Yep, HYU stuck on 3 power, but it's the exact influence they wanted, right? Double Justice, Single Shadow, Valkyrie Enforcers, and Unseen Commandos have been able to be deployed, and Annihilate and Slay to back them up means HYU is in the driver's seat of this first game.
Yeah, that's another Slay being drawn off the top for HYU. Annihilate going to be able... Given Magikarp's deck and how many single faction units they have, I kind of would have liked to hold on to Annihilate just because it's cheaper and it's a fast spell and just firing off a Slay, but that definitely could be wrong.
Yeah, the fact that you had 2 Slays meant you could have deployed one there to try and hold Annihilate to like play in the same turn as a Paladin, I guess. But you're basically playing 1 spell a turn, and Slay can hit Heart of the Vault, or more importantly here, Shatterglass Mage. And that'll take Magikarp down to 1, and that's going to be all she wrote for game 1.
Well, that's another Obelisk.
Mm-hmm.
That gets him, another relic.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Magikarp falling to HYU. Argenport still looking very strong. We should be jumping immediately back into another game because, again, there is no sideboard until we get to the game number 3.
It's been a tale of Argenport seemingly drawing the correct 2-drop in the right matchups every time. We were talking about how Crown Watch Paladin's great against these control and removal decks and Grenadin decks. And in this against time decks, you'd rather have Rib Knife Assassin. And hey, you had a pair of Rib Knife Assassins just do all kinds of work in that first game.
Yeah, we do see HYU. I believe they mold this hand and then got this this is the hand that they're forced to keep, but with 2 Valkyrie Enforcers and a 2-drop. Yeah, I'm not complaining about this hand in the slightest.
Magikarp has the Initiate, but no undepleted power to play it out turn 1 to go into that Fabled Initiate into Reliquary Raider start. So both players stumbling a bit, but I think that ultimately favors HYU's hand. Yeah,
I would definitely agree. That is an Obelisk. Oh, that's just going to be put to the bottom. How do you feel about that? Just looking for power?
Yeah, you're looking for power. You've got a Carnosaur and a Behemoth in hand. You need time sources to deploy them. This is a hand that doesn't really care about buffing your big units. Like you already have some big units. You're not looking for an Obelisk now. You're looking for an Obelisk later.
That's perfectly fair. That is a Seek power. You're going to be able to fire off Seek power and get the 3rd time influence, which will turn on the Behemoth and the Carnosaur, as well as play the Reliquary Raider.
Yep. So this will be interesting to see if HYU decides to silence the Initiate first or the Raider first, right? Do you
just play Bloodletter and just start smacking in?
You could do that, but do you really value the war cries going forward more than just getting your flyers down?
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you also get to take away the threat of the Reliquary. Oh, well.
They take the middle road here, which is play Commando, which is a flyer, and buffs Paladin, and now Magikarp would have to double block to take out Paladin. Decides to not do that. This does mean Reliquary Raider can swing on this turn, though.
Yeah. Very interesting. All right, so Magikarp drawing a Temple Scribe before the turn decides to go ahead and attack in first, so that way they get one more draw step to inform what Magikarp wants to do. They find a Purify.
I think we're still going to see Behemoth come down here, though.
You really?
Make HYU have the spot removal. I mean, Temple Scribe plus Purify is okay here. As you said, it takes out Commando while they're tapped out. That's nice. I don't think that's crazy to see that line instead.
Yeah. I guess because it also makes Crown Watch Paladin unable to block unless they have a weapon.
Yeah. Wow. And it's even
or unable to attack. Right. Yeah.
Finding all sorts of fun tools, and going to just purify this commando.
Wow.
Interrogator gets hit by that war cry. Oh boy, man, the pieces just fit so nicely in this Argenport deck.
So,
oh man,
obelisk off the top is very good. Well, that's not an obelisk.
yeah, but they can just play Carnosaur here.
Okay.
No need to make things too complicated here. There is a Heart of the Vaults
I'm
that could
looking-
be warped in.
I'm trying to go deep here, Rhino. You know.
But HeyWyu only has one power up, does not play Finest Hour in the main deck. I think this is just a clear-cut Carnosaur play.
Mhm.
That's what we see. Reliquary Raider will just draw that Heart of the Vault off the top. And Magikarp's ahead in power, ahead on board. And this Argenport deck's not great at clawing back from being behind, but HeyWyu has the tools to do it, but does he have the time to do it, right? Only 4 power means 1 spell a turn from here on out, really. And just silencing the 1/3.
Ooh, and they'll be able to attack in, and then when Valkyrie Enforcer goes to block one of the 1/1s or potentially the Reliquary Raider, the Heart of the Vault's going to be able to finish that up, taking out of that flying threat.
Yeah, no real clean like Zenith Initiation plays here, so I like this swing. HeyWyu, you can choose to simply not block with Valkyrie Enforcer. You know, you're only taking 1 extra damage, but you're on the back foot. Every point of damage counts, and they ultimately eat the Raider, and now Heart of the Vault gets to eat a Valkyrie.
And we'll see what the card drawn is. Wow, that is a 2-costed Sandstorm Titan. That's going to allow Magikarp to potentially play Sandstorm Titan, Temple Scribe, and Zenith Initiation all in the same turn.
Yeah, that sounds like a good turn to me. HeyWyu drew a Inquisitor's Blade here. Don't think that's going to get slapped down. You're not winning that race. So what do you do? Do you slay one of these 6/6s? And,
I think you have to, right?
Yeah, try and stay afloat here.
All right, so let's see what Magikarp does draw for the turn. Oh!
Yeah, I like blocking here. Take them off of units on board. You do have 2 Zenith Initiations, though. Like, do you really care about this?
Yeah, that's kind of where
All right, yeah, they value the power now. Guarantee have 6 power this turn. As you said, stack all these spells on top of each other. And that was the advantage we said that Praxis needs to leverage. Use the Initiate of the Sands, get to more power than this Argenport deck, and play multiple cards in a turn, and we're seeing that to the fullest in this game.
Yeah, there's a Sandstorm Titan. Do you think we're gonna see the Zenith Initiation come down? Yeah.
You have a million cards in hand. Just start playing them.
That's completely fair. I guess like another line the Magikarp did have
your
open.
opponent's at 10 health, right? Like how much longer is this game realistically going to last?
Well, I guess they could have also played the Dawnwalker Zenith Initiation on the Dawnwalker. Eat it, or when did they? Yeah. They pulled the Dawnwalker from the Temple Scribe. Yeah, right.
They did not know about that yet.
There we see just scooping it up. Well, I can't say that I'm. I know I'm supposed to be impartial, but I'm kind of glad Magikarp pulled that one out. I would like to see a non-Argenport deck in the finals, personally. But that's always going to lead us into the sideboards. How are things getting better? How are things getting worse for these guys?
Well, HeyWyu has 3 Annihilates in the sideboard and 3 Vanquishes.
Yeah.
Those are cheap and efficient and strong. If you going up to 4 Annihilates against a deck with 4 Predatory Carnosaurs is just the best feeling in the world. And I expect all of those to come in. I don't think you're going to change up your suite of threats too much, though. Finest Hour is cute, can be useful, but I think you just value the removal more. Protect, I don't think has any place in this matchup. Magikarp, on the other hand, has got a few more things to think about. There are 4 Scorpion Wasps here. They're not pretty, but they can eat Annihilates, and when they don't, they can take out a lot of these flying threats. They don't deal with Traitor, but they deal with anything that has an Inquisitor's Blade on it.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, I definitely do like that. But Scorpion Wasp, I guess Scorpion Wasp Purify, does slow any... Is there any consideration for slow?
Slow, yeah, it can be quite good here. If it hits any of the 4 or 5 drops, it's really good. even some of the 3-drops, it's pretty nice, and you don't have great things to do in the early game. It's more of a question of,
what are you taking out?
What's coming out, what's coming in. You're probably trimming on obelisks here. It's more about just your units stand alone just fine already.
Yeah, Shatterglass Mage seems...
yeah.
It doesn't... Well, it doesn't die to Annihilate. So there's
but
that.
it's just not really having the board impact you want for a 5-drop. Sometimes it'll take out a weapon, but at the same time, it's not really blocking anything all that great. It's not dealing with the flyers that you care about. But we'll see what happens as this game is about to get underway. And of course, I spectate the wrong player.
It happens. It's
every time.
We're just bringing in a diverse casting scenario.
Well, it's more just I go to click on somebody, then my list
shifts.
Shifts because it's full, and
there's 3 different sections for the, 4 different sections for the, instead of just one alphabetical list. Yeah.
All right. So Magikarp does not have an initiative stance to accelerate their game plan this time around. They'll have to play this game fair and square instead. Curve out like the rest of us.
Yeah, and hey, why not? Missing Justice, the Justice Source is not going to be able to do much. Magikarp, though, able to. They've got some temple scribes kind of just churning along.
Yeah, we saw Yu in the first game, right? Hit that clutch Justice Source to hit their 3-drop. Maybe that'll happen again here, but for now, they're just going to have to ride out this Rip Knife Assassin, which is not the worst spot to be in. At least you've got something you can play and impact the board with.
Yeah, Magikarp, though, I'm curious, based on how hard or how much trouble the Warcries gave them in the other game, I wonder if they try to get rid of this Rip Knife a little better. Where did that monument go? Go on the top?
They bottomed that monument.
Interesting.
They had the guaranteed 4-drop into 5-drop curve, and they decided to pass up on that. And here we see Yu come in with the Rip Knife Assassin, does not want to use the Annihilate to keep it alive.
Interesting.
And now they don't have a board.
There's another monument. Yeah.
All right. So Magikarp's got a great curve lined up here. 4-drop into 5-drop into 6-drop. But Yu wisely saving the Annihilate for Sandstorm Titans to come.
But that's fine because that's effectively just time walking Yu.
Justice Sigils the draw, getting that much closer to unlocking Tavrod and Valkyrie Enforcer and Inquisitor's Blade. And in the meantime, all it's unlocking, though, is a Vanquish.
Yeah, but Vanquish comes down 1-for-1 answering these threats from Magikarp. Magikarp, though, immediately going to get to play this, Heart of the Vault, getting a draw. Not exactly what you want to see, but Tavrod's not doing it for Yu. Carnosaur's the draw off the top there.
Yeah, and Magikarp has Zenith Initiation, which compared with these 6/6s lines up perfectly against a Tavrod if one of these ever come down. And you have to imagine that'll be Yu's first play, unless he draws something like a Rip Knife Assassin in the meantime.
Yeah.
Praxis just curving out beautifully. Yu stumbling a little bit. Varus favors a power source, but not a justice source.
Yeah. Wow. Are we going to see?
Yeah, I don't know how Argenport comes back from this now. I think it's just too many turns of missing out on playing out a threat. You're down to 6. Magikarp has 2 lethal threats in play. Can even deploy these initiates because why the hell not?
Yeah, I actually
Yu has sweepers.
Yeah, definitely see no reason not to play the initiates of the same time. And that's going to be that's game.
Dead with 7 cards in hand, man. That's a brutal way to go out. And didn't see any sideboard cards from Magikarp or Yu, I don't think, in that game. I didn't think either player was fundamental. That Annihilate was probably out of the sideboard, but the Vanquish was, right? Yeah, the Vanquish. Well, there were one of each of those in Yu's main deck, but
exactly
higher counts, I'm sure, helped a little bit that game.
Well, that might be a little indicative of some of the issues too, though, right? If they just draw a whole bunch of their early removal and then they get, because like every single game, Yu has had a little bit of an issue with their power where they've stalled at like between like 3 and 5 power. So if you don't have those initial aggressive units kind of coming down, a situation like that can happen where you just run out of power, or you just run out of your removal. The Praxis player is just playing giant duders and getting in there.
Yeah, that monument, power turning into a threat was big there, eating that extra removal. And yeah, there's something beautiful about the simplicity of just, I got big dinosaurs, let's go.
I like my dinosaurs. All right. Do you think we're going to see this torch immediately fired off? I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. You deny a war cry. The deadly is kind of a huge pain for you to begin with. It stops them from playing the weapon.
The war cries deny you future torch targets, right? So
yes.
Torch can only kill other units that are in HeyWaiU's hand if HeyWaiU is getting war cries every turn. So that is sort of the thing you have to think about here. But they decide to hold on to the torch, get depleted power out now with this monument, valuing being able to curve in the future. And I can appreciate that as well in terms of, is it more important to torch this, or is it more important to get my depleted power out now because there's a chance I have a good torch target? And that's what Magikarp goes with here. But yeah, this Ripknight Assassin, again, we've seen it just come out early in these games, and every single war cry really hurts.
Yeah, and I guess now we'll be able to see Torch plus Reliquary Raider? Yeah. And,
doubling up on Initiate. Okay.
Sure. I mean, this is great if you find a Praxis banner, right?
Right. That gives you a chance to Heart of the Vault, which really cleanly deals with Ripknife Assassin, assuming it doesn't get any kind of weapon here, which we'll see. HeyWaiU has a couple options here. Could weapon up the Assassin, and that's what we see. Inquisitor's Blade comes out. Big flying war cry.
Well, there's the Praxis banner, I guess. It's a little late. Wow, that was a call. That was a call that was being made there. Wow.
So you play the banner here and play the Heart of the Vault. I've got to imagine, you don't have a good Zenith initiation target, so setting up Reliquary Raider for it doesn't make a whole lot of sense here. And you just blast their face for 2 damage and see if you hit a Purify. Nope.
Well, that's another power. So unfortunately, no Purify action happening. Initiate of the Sands attacking in. You really hope that Magikarp brought in the Wasps here, right?
Well, I can respect not bringing them in. They answer all these flyers, but they are a clunky reactive card. You already have lots of Purifies and Torches, and looks like you value still the Zenith initiation. So,
I guess I'm just looking, because once this Bloodletter is played, I don't know how Magikarp is killing any of the units. I guess Heart of the Vault still kills it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Heart of the Vault with Zenith initiation does 7 damage. If you have to do it, you'll do it. And I wouldn't be shocked, even if this Ripknife Assassin gets nothing else further to augment it here, you might just have to Heart of the Vault the Assassin anyways. Well, there's Wasp.
Yep. Okay. So what do you, Zenith initiation, take out the Unseen Commando?
I think
and then
that's
Wasp
the play
jump
here.
in front of the Ripknife Assassin?
Most likely. So you'll have a 7/7 threat. It'll still stay alive. You do run the risk, though, if they have an Annihilate, the Ripknife Assassin will continue to survive if they hit your Scorpion Wasp.
Yeah.
But that's, I think, an acceptable risk in this spot. And it means your Heart of the Vault lives, where if you use it on Assassin, it dies.
Yeah, so this is going to be super interesting. I have to imagine we're going to see just a power being played out here. More than likely that Waystone gain a little life. Oh!
No, I think you play the depleted power out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, you don't need the life gain right now, so hiding that information, not the end of the world. And that way, next turn, in case you have something to pair with this Reliquary Raider that costs 5 or whatever, World Bear Behemoth, you can play both of them.
Now, the real big question here is HeyWaiU going to play out this Bloodletter? It does take a turn off the clock for Magikarp, but with that Vara's Favor in hand, it's still the same clock.
Yeah, exactly. The Vara's Favor means the clock doesn't change, and then you get to play an Auric Interrogator down, which is just a huge 7/6, draws you deeper, can help you find removal spells or whatever. So I like no Bloodletter here, and now Scorpion Wasp will eat up that Ripknife Assassin. away goes the Inquisitor's Blade, and we'll see how soon it returns to the battlefield as Auric Interrogator will start digging for it.
Yeah, Magikarp seems like they're going to want a Sandstorm Titan sooner rather than later. That's a 6/8 Tavrod. Wow.
Yeah, that's a big fella. In comes Heart of the Vault. Curator down. This is looking like a good spot for HeyYU right now. They've got Interrogator ticking away. Gets to bash in here with it as Magikarp's sitting at a tenuous 13 health. And yeah, this Tavrod to follow it up means that very soon this Inquisitor Blade is going to show up and end this game.
Yeah, especially with that Destiny. Oh, maybe I'll get to see it. That would be exciting.
Oh yeah, if Tavrod gets to swing here, it's like GG. So, oh yeah, do they want to swing with this Reliquary Raider?
I think you have to dig, right?
Scout first, bottom.
Yeah.
So if you swing with both and they block Raider, there's a chance you draw Torch off Raider and kill HeyYU. And I think you are far enough behind that you kind of need to play for that. Knowing that the Inquisitor Blade is almost certainly going to show up when this Tavrod swings.
Oh, no blocks? Is that okay? No, okay. I was just waiting for that trigger to happen.
Yep. But Temple Scribe could still find the torch. Let's see what happens. Just an initiate.
Yeah.
All right. So we've seen like 3 or 4 cards since that Inquisitor's Blade went into the deck. There's a chance this Tavrod whiffs, but HeyYU gets to slam some Bloodletters down to ensure that they're winning this race regardless.
Oh boy. All right, please. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
There's a Tavrod.
That's a 10. Okay, 4 more options. Oh, there we go.
Inquisitor's Blade with Destiny will bring an end to this game.
Yeah, and is that HeyYU in 3?
No, that evens it up 2-2, I believe.
Is it just 2-2?
Or
okay. Yeah, you're right. 2-2, one more game. Wow. Okay. Praxis still having a shot to make it into the finals, but another game like that, HeyYU could be sitting there.
Yeah, it's anybody's match at this point. Both players been just throwing some sweet plays at each other. Man, that ramp into Heart of the Vault, but HeyYU having the foresight to play the weapon on the 2/2, that was wild.
Yeah, no, it was a little insane. I'm excited. If we've been seeing some very, very good plays, very good thought out or like well thought out lines. This has been like as you hopefully would expect from the Invitational, right?
Yeah, these players earned where they're at. Yeah, there's some variance as always with Eternal, especially with a single elimination top 8. But it's no mistake that these players are in the tournament where they're at now.
Yeah. So it looks like making a few last minute adjustments. Do you think we'll see anything like crazy just to try to throw the other player off?
No, I don't think this is where you want to get cute. You've got a plan. You've worked it out. You've tested it. You just stick to it. These are mid-range decks, right? There's only so much next leveling you can really do in this matchup.
That's fair. Yeah. All right. Well, it looks like our players are getting into their game now, so we should be underway shortly. Withering Witch, really, really weird face. Not gonna lie. Just caught a glimpse of that card as we were loading up the game. It's a lot of teeth. A lot of teeth, and it looks like the lack of a lower jaw.
Yeah, she's got a unique kind of beauty to her.
Oh, that's what, Rhino. That's what I like about you. You see the rays of sunshine in every little situation.
Yeah. So Magikarp here won't get to accelerate out, but has lots of nice answers in the form of both a Purify and a Scorpion Wasp. And critically, HeyYU does not have a 2-drop this game.
Does not have a 2-drop. However, with that shadow sigil being drawn off the top, HeyYU will have non-depleted power for the foreseeable future. HeyYU did also play was able to bottom a seat after playing the Crest of Vengeance, or excuse me, a banner after playing the Crest of Vengeance earlier.
Yeah, and this Crown Watch Trader lining up pretty nicely against Magikarp's current hand, right? It does die to Torch, but it doesn't die to Purify. It can get silenced by it. And we'll see if Magikarp decides to fire off a Purify on this Enforcer or hold that and try and use one of these clunky Scorpion Wasps instead.
Looks like it's a Scorpion Wasp play. I think I would have liked to have just fired off that Purify, just get it out of there, or just get the Enforcer out of there, also turn off the ability to play a weapon on it. But I can understand this as well.
No Wasp either. Just no play at all from Magikarp. It's a little surprising. With 2 Wasps, I don't know what you're really waiting for. Okay, Dawnwalker is the draw here for Magikarp.
Does that do anything?
Not really. I guess they saw the swing off the Enforcer, so they decided that they didn't want their Scorpion Wasp to eat and annihilate. The issue with that is, like, something's got to eat the Annihilate at some point, and if they're playing Annihilate on your turn, or on their turn, then they're not playing another threat. And now instead, Crown Watch Trader's down, and it's a huge problem.
Well, clearly, though, this was oversight by HeyWyu, as the Crown Watch Trader will now be in Vanquish range.
Yeah, it is in Vanquish range, but critically now, you save this Purify, so you could use that here, but instead Shatterglass Mage is going to deal with this Inquisitor Blade. Crown Watch Trader now is a 1/7, turns into a 7/1, and is in Purify range, but won't be, as it takes back to the skies with a second Inquisitor's Blade.
Well, and it's going to be a 2/10 now.
Yeah, it'll be a 2/10 with no quick draw. Fun little stat line there, and flying. I think you've got to Purify it here, right?
Yeah, I don't. Right? You don't have another. You don't have the power to play. Yeah.
Yeah, you Purify, and then it's really a decision of, do you play Dawnwalker or hold up Scorpion Wasp?
Because of the pauses, I think you have to. I think you go ahead and play out the Dawnwalkers, right?
You can't even double block the trader. Yeah, they go with hold up the Wasp. Like, eating an Annihilate here with your Wasp is still good. It means they're unlikely to be able to play another threat. It also plays around a 3rd Inquisitor's Blade. And it makes your things like Predatory Carnosaur better by eating an Annihilate now.
Okay. Oh, okay. And actually, I guess that's another reason. Oh, that's another reason not to give Inquisitor's Blade itself revenge and making it when the wielder dies trigger. So that way something like Shatterglass Mage or like a Disjunction or whatnot. Dawnwalker will be a pretty good blocker if another power source, if another time source comes off the top for Magikarp.
Magikarp stuck on 5 here. Really wants that 6th power. Now HeyWyu has another trader that just doesn't have, Magikarp just doesn't have a really good answer to it.
Yeah, and like with this little dance, HeyWyu is just able to leave this Annihilate in hand. So even if Magikarp does draw a 6th power and is able to play that Carnosaur. Whoa, okay.
Okay, yeah.
Carnosaur is good now.
Carnosaur is good, but this Shatterglass Mage has to chump block. So now even if Magikarp plays Carnosaur here, they're dead to the 2/10.
Oof.
Instead, they have no play at all, and HeyWyu takes the match. We're going to have
wow.
Argenport the rest of the way in this tournament.
Well, it's that Horn Brotherhood with the sharpening and the the blood packs and that we went over earlier. Congratulations to HeyWyu taking that down 3-2 to Magikarp. Magikarp making it to the semifinals. Not a small task. Again, all the players have been playing excellent, and it's been really, really great seeing everybody. Rhino, do you know? Are we taking a break or are we jumping straight in?
I don't know anything.
Oh, right. That's well. At least I like that you're.
We're going to take a short break. That's what the people that do know things are telling me.
All right. So then, with that, once again, congratulations to HeyWyu. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with some more Argenport on Argenport action. So stay tuned.